We've been talking a lot about data, but I want to talk about a different database than the kind we've been talking about. The Department of Education maintains databases that are loaded with information on federal student aid, on loans and scholarships, but researchers, policymakers, and students can't get answers to even the most basic questions. In a recent New York Times column, one researcher asked some pretty basic stuff. How many borrowers are delinquent on their loans? How does delinquency differ by level of education or amount of debt? Which colleges are doing a good job of graduating students who can pay their debt, and which are leaving students underwater? Pretty key stuff. Dr. Schneider, does the Department of Education have data to answer any of these questions?
Absolutely.
Good.
FSA.
Okay, so they have the data. As Commissioner of the National Center for Education Statistics, was it your job, quote, to disseminate full and complete statistics on financial aid?
It was my hope to be able to do that, and my
Was it supposedly your job to do that?
No.
You weren't supposed to. I'm looking at the statute here.
Okay, I'm sorry. So there's a difference between what I hope to do and what I was able to do, what I was mandated to do.
Okay,
right?
so well, let's put it this way. Did you release those data?
Well, we released very preliminary data or very aggregated data through iPads.
But did you answer these questions?
No, we could not answer.
Okay, and now the question is, why not?
Because FSA is not designed to provide those data to either the federal government, to other branches of the Department of Education, to other agencies in the federal government, or to anybody else. FSA is a big bank. Its data systems are designed, the data systems are designed for business operations, not for the dissemination of
Let me ask this another way. Did the Education Department make these data available to you so that you could answer these questions? We
negotiated several times with FSA to share data with NCS. We offered to pay for data runs. We asked them to provide us information about Pell Grants, about the success rates of Pell Grants.
And would they give you these data?
I don't know if they would, but they did not.
Okay, I'll take they did not. I've got that as an answer. As I understand it, federal student aid is this group within the Department of Education that's collecting these valuable data, but it will not make those data public. They hide it from the public, from policymakers, even from others at the Department of Education and the National Center for Education Statistics. This is nuts. The data are already collected, and the Education Department won't turn them loose. Last year, I introduced an amendment to the Education Sciences Reform Act Reauthorization Bill to require the Secretary of Education to protect student privacy, but to make these data available. I withdrew the amendment on the understanding that we would address this issue in the Higher Ed Reauthorization Act. And I hope that Chairman Alexander and Ranking Member Murray will work with me to make sure that we use the data we're collecting, because we can't fix student aid programs with if the Department of Education refuses to tell Congress, to tell researchers, or to tell the public, or even the rest of the Department of Education what it is that it knows. I just think this one is critical, Mr. Chairman, and I hope that's what we'll focus on.